You know, I thought the first half we were real cautious, played cautious, didn't play with the urgency, uh, especially in the secondary. You know, I felt like, and I told them this, I felt like there was some intimidation. You know, not intimidation that they were afraid, but just afraid to make a mistake. And, you know, we had a situation. The worst thing in the first half was the 3rd and 17. You know, we had double underneath coverage. All we had to do, I don't think and the thing about it is, I mean, he's done it 1,000 times. It just sort of, it was a lot of new. There was a lot of first. You know, first time every one of those guys have ever started on the road. No excuse. But as I told you before, it's going to be a little bit of a process for us to grow with that. And I thought the second half coming back out, we didn't go in halftime and berate them or, we got the ball there late, after a blocked field goal. We thought we were going to get out, a blocked punt. And we thought that we would get out of it. We'd get a sack on first down. And, we just sort of struggled on that boundary corner and made a switch after the third quarter. And Chase Lucas came in, did a pretty good job. DeMonte King came in, did a pretty good job. And I'm going to tell you something. Daz and Joey both have played well, have done a good job. It just wasn't their day. Yeah. Well, a lot of things, everybody, I tell DJ and Christian, they're lucky because like 3 of the 3rd and 8s were underneath coverage. They were number 3 with a bender, and we had depth, and, we're trying to what we call keep the top on it. And, our underneath coverage was liable and, on that play. With that said, we had guys there. I don't know if you remember, but one of the plays on the 3rd quarter, we had double coverage. We had a swipe, and Joey's right there, and their number 14 just makes an absolutely unbelievable, it stuck to his hand, catch. And he made it on the 3rd and 17. It was an absolutely great catch. It wasn't that they weren't. That's the thing I told Joey. I said, it's not that you're not contesting it. You've just got to be more physical in your approach on the releases. You haven't second-guessed any of those coverages in those situations. Say that again? You haven't second-guessed any of the coverages in those situations. Well, one of the things, we've been there. I mean, Todd and I talked. You will look at the tape, and I mean, every ball's been challenged, with the exception of Daz on the double move. When we had the corner fake blitz, and he bit on it. Now, does that make it right? No. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, when they get 3rd and 8, I question it. So, you're always looking to do things that are player friendly, and I think that I think we'll keep working at that. No, it was a fake corner blitz, and it was a cover 2. It was a 1 under, 1 deep, and he had underneath help, and he bit. And if he just stays deep, that's what you want. You want him to throw the ball deep so you can have a safety pick it. And he just he was a little bit anxious. And let me say this: I'm not blaming those kids. I told you when we came in here, it's a journey, and they're learning, and they want to do good, and I've been extremely impressed this week the way they've worked. Him and Joey have busted their butts. And I was impressed how they stayed in the game when they got replaced on Saturday. They're sitting there and they're talking to Chase, they're talking to DeMonte, and I mean, that's the thing I saw on our sideline that I really liked. I really saw guys say, you know what, we're going to get back in this game. And, when we tied it up and then we got to stop, I thought, this is it. We're going to win this game. And you can sit here and cry about it, but we had a nice package with Karan Crump going into that game, and 4 plays into it, it's gone, and it's spilled milk. But I just that was a tough scenario for everybody. Well, we're trying to. I will tell you this: Abe Thompson did a credible job. I mean, he played hard, and for a guy thrown into that situation, he really did a nice job. We just would like to, spell from the time I've been here. I've been after Todd to get JJ. I'm sorry that we had to lose Crump, but Todd came to me and Todd said, "What do you think?" And I said, "You got it." And that's a vital position for us. And JJ's an athlete, Abe's an athlete, and we got a couple other packages with other people that we think we can help with. Yes. I mean, Malik right now has a couple of medical issues, and he would have, and they're minor. But the biggest thing is, guys, and you know it as well as me, you got to practice. You got to be out there for practice. Well, I think that two things. I think that I felt comfortable with them. Number one, I played them last week. DeMonte, just got released the San Diego State weekend, and we purposely did not play him in that game. And, just felt like another week would help him. Chase, was out the first game, came back. He's worked his way back in there, and he was deserving. And we've been alternating them this week. So one of the things we would like to get is a rotation of 3 corners and 3 safeties. And I think we can get that. We haven't had that. Well, they're good. Oregon reminds me so much of what we did at Baylor. Their simplicity, yet their effectiveness of how they do it is impressive. And they've got obviously one of the top running backs in the nation. Their quarterback they've really done a nice job of doing what he can do. Nelson, their receiver, is a guy that you better know where he's at on every snap. I just think they've done a really good job, of incorporating Willie's package. And I think with us, one of the things that I'm excited about is I'm thinking of the second half. I'm thinking, we did some things, and it should be a heck of a game.
Would it be fair to say that maybe the biggest difference you're having in this offense compared to the first 3 is the balance they have between run and pass?
Well, without question, they want to set everything up with a run. I mean, they are a physical running football team, and which is very smart when you have a back. Actually they have Freeman, and then they have, I'm not sure their names, 20 and 29. I mean, they have some very talented, running backs, and their quarterback's talented. And like I said, you can see that he has command of what he's doing.
What's going to be key then for you guys to contain that run game that's diverse as it is?
It always starts with the basics. You got to tackle. I mean, this guy last week, when I say that he mowed down some guys at Wyoming, I mean, he mowed them down. If you try to tackle him high, he'll make you look foolish. And, Wyoming, and this is honest God truth, Todd will tell you, one time they did not block the middle linebacker. And it is a 0 give. And he went 20. I mean, it was, it's that same old saying. The way you tackle great backs is with numbers, population. And we have to really be good with our fits. We've had 2 really, and I don't think you really ever get anything out of a loss because you work so hard to win. But I liked the way our kids have responded, and we'll have to play. We'll have to play really well to beat these guys, and they know that. Well, I think one of them is a zone read, one of them's a power. It's a different offense. One of them is a spread, sideline to sideline. You're going to see them line two guys up, maybe out of bounds sometimes. And my point is, you saw San Diego State put 11 people within 8 yards of each other. So, two great backs, different approaches. One of them spreads. We always say the spread is built to get you horizontally to go vertically. And then San Diego State is hey, you know what? We're going to line 11 guys up within 8 yards, and we're going to hit you right in the damn mouth, and so stop us. So, both of them, can be effective, as we both know.
Second half improvements we see just from after the second half. We see your secondary and a lot of your defense holding them to a lot less points than they were in the first half. What is the different set that comes out from the second half?
Well, I said this earlier. There was not a lot of newness in the second. I didn't have a guy that ever started a game on the road. Not one. Not one. Has never started a game on the road. And you can say what you want to, but when you get out of your element, now, it takes you a while. And you have to grow into this. I told you, I think you were in here. I mean, this thing's a journey. Now, do you concede? No, I'm not saying that. But it's a process. And I think we had some guys that, and I don't like the word intimidated, but we had some guys that were a little bit in awe of the situation. And, Texas Tech, I mean, the student section was right behind us, and they were throwing stuff at us. And Joey's looking at me like, I never had this at the high jump pit. So there was but I will tell you this. I say this again. He never backed down, never, as Daz did. And my point to them was, you know what? Let's go the next time and let's learn from this. And that's the point that we'll take. And you know what? Let's face it. I got to do a better job. I got to put them in better position. I got to do a better job teaching them. That's just a fact.